Welcome to Fine Arts. Today we are going to create a beautiful King Tut using metallic paint and metallic Sharpie. And this lesson was inspired by King Tut that I got on papyrus paper. 4,000 years ago, the Egyptians discovered how to make strong, durable paper from papyrus plants that grew along the Nile River. And this replaced stone tablets, and it was a way for them to record their history. So thanks to the Egyptians, the stories of their civilizations have been preserved for centuries, and they would tell their stories using hieroglyphics, which are these pictures that you see. So today we will be writing our name, if we want, in hieroglyphics around the outside edge. And this is another symbol that they have, and this is the Ankh, which is the Egyptian symbol of life, and it has a beetle on the center. And this is papyrus paper, and it is, again, from Egypt. So you're going to see that in class today. In class, you also have creative freedom to create your King Tut Egyptian art any way you want. And King Tut has been celebrated recently because they just celebrated their 100th anniversary of discovering the tomb. And so that's why it has been very popular. And today I'm so excited to teach you all about Egypt and their culture. The first thing we're going to do is get our drawing guide. And your drawing guide kind of has a picture of King Tut, and on the back it has the steps for drawing King Tut. You're also going to get your artist information sheet, which has facts about Egypt that we will be talking about. And to make this project a little bit easier, we're going to start with a design starter. And one design starter is for primary grades, where the part of the face is drawn in for you. My other design starter is for the upper grades, or if you are comfortable and you want to draw your own, you can practice drawing your face first, then you'll flip your paper over and you can design your very own King Tut. So the first thing we're going to do is put our frame together. So you're going to get your glue, and you're going to get your glue brush. And let me just set my King Tut over here. And you're going to take the lid off your glue. You're going to twist it, and remember the top kind of flips up. You're going to get your glue brush, and when we glue, you're going to take your white paper, your design starter, flip it over, and when we put glue on, we only do it on the outside edge. So we go across, down, across, and then up. Remember, you don't need a lot of glue. Okay. Then we're going to take our white paper and try to center it on our black paper, leaving room for our border on the outsides where we can draw our hieroglyphics at the end of the lesson. Then you're going to take your hands and you're going to push out those air bubbles and spread the glue around. Then you're going to flip your paper over. You're going to push on the back. And then your facts about Egypt, you're going to flip that over. And you're going to do a dot, dot, not a lot. So 4 dots, 1 in each corner. And you're going to glue that down. Then you're going to take your glue brush, wipe it carefully on the side of your glue. Put the lid back on your glue, twisting it. Put your glue in the caddy. And put your glue brush in the hot tub. Okay, the next step is we're going to get a black Sharpie, and we're going to start with the eyes. And so we're going to be doing this project in steps today. So the very first thing we want to do is outline the eyes, and we're just going to outline the eye and the eyebrows. And the reason why we're only doing that is because we are going to paint all of King Tut in metallic gold. And we're not going to paint the eye or the eyebrow. So we're just going to outline those so we kind of know where to paint, okay? So you're going to get your Sharpie. The cap is on the back. And then as we trace, we're holding our paper with one hand. And you're going to outline the eye. Go nice and slow. Outline the eyebrow. And then you're going to put your Sharpie away. And we're going to get set up for painting. So for painting today, we are going to be using tempera paint. You're going to get your paint tray and you're going to take the lids off. You're going to set those aside. You're going to get your water cup and your paintbrushes. And your washcloth. Now today our colors are metallic gold, which ends up being very shiny and beautiful. Take a look at how it shines metallic. And notice this example that I did has other colors. So we have a red color. We have an ultramarine. The ultramarine is really dark blue. We have kind of an aqua teal. And we have a cobalt blue, which is like a turquoise blue. And then we also have a purple, a violet, if you want to change your art. Remember, you are an artist and you can create your art any way you want. This one my son Dylan did. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is paint all of King Tut, except for the eyes and the eyebrows. So notice here, I'm going to leave the rest of this white. So we're going to go along the edge. So today you're going to have two brushes to do this. I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're going to start with our small brush, the round brush, and we're going to dip it in the water, dab, dab, dab. And you're going to grab your gold paint. And with our gold paint, we're kind of going to go around the outside edge. Go nice and slow. And this gold paint is a little bit transparent. Transparent means you can see through it. And if you make a mistake in art, remember that, think of it as a happy accident. So if you don't get it perfectly, no worries. It's art. Okay, now, as you go all the way around, this is our small round brush. Okay, then we're going to go around the eyes. So going nice and slow. And yes, we're covering up the ears. Going around the eye. Looks like we're painting on eyeshadow. So we're doing the first layer of gold. Here we go, another eye. Try not to get the paint inside the eye. Go around the eyebrow. Okay. There we go. Now, the rest of this, we're going to fill in with our big brush. So I'm going to put my brush in the water, the round one. And here, remember that we're going to paint all of it gold first. So now I'm going to use my big brush, my flat brush, dip it in the gold, and let the magic happen. Paint on the gold. Once you did your outside border, we can fill it in. So we want to get the gold paint on the project first, so it has lots of time to dry. so that we can do all of the other details after. Go nice and slow around those eyes. And I kind of use my brush to smooth out the gold. And when you are all done, it will dry metallic, gold, shiny. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to take my brush and put it in the water, and we're still going to leave our paints out because we're still working on them. And actually, you probably only need to take the lid off the gold because the other ones we're going to use after this dries. And I have one that is already dry, so we can get to the next step. Okay. After the paint dries, we are going to work on our eyes. And to do the eyes, let me just show you. We are going to use a blue marker first because that's going to help us do these small details. So we're just going to do the eyes and the eyebrow. Okay, so you're going to go around the eye with the blue, just like an outline. Okay, and if you want to look at your drawing guide, that could help you. So you have a drawing guide, and you can see that there is an outline of blue all the way around the eye, and there's blue eyebrows. And the rest of the blue we're going to be using with paint, but for the details of the eye and the eyebrow, I thought that the marker worked best. Now again, we have to wait for the paint to dry to do this because this marker will spread with water. So we want to make sure it's nice and dry. So we're going to fill that in like that. Okay, then working on the eyes, we're going to grab our black Sharpie. And there is a sparkle in King Tut's eyes. So to do the sparkle, you leave a little white spot in the eyes. Notice this one kind of is looking to the left. This one is looking more straightforward. So I'm going to show you how to do the eyes with your black Sharpie. And here we go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do the eye, we're going to go ahead and take our black Sharpie and outline one more time the outside of the eye, just in case you got gold paint on it. So kind of outline that one more time. Okay. Okay, now for the eyeballs, we're going to do 2 circles with our Sharpie. So we're going to draw a circle with our Sharpie and a circle. And then to leave the white, we're going to draw a circle and leave it white in both eyes so that there is a twinkle in the eye. So you're going to draw another circle, another circle. Now that might look kind of funny. We're going to fill it in, leaving a little sparkle. Just like that. Okay, there we go. Looks great. And since we are already working on this, I'm going to go ahead and go over these lines. If they're dry, just the face, the lips, and the nose. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do after we do the eyes and the eyebrows is our tempera paint. So I'm going to put away my Sharpie, and I also want to put away the blue marker. And now we're going to go ahead and go back to our tempera paint. So with our tempera paint, King Tut was wearing a necklace around his chest area and shoulders. So all of this is part of the necklace. And for this part, I showed some of the line details. So you can choose any colors that you want. And there's also blue on these sections here. And I'm going to show you how to do all of this. So get ready, get your paints. Here we go. All right, the first thing that I would do, let's paint this right here. So you can pick the color that you want, and you're gonna go dab, dab, dab. And I'm gonna stick with the traditional blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint this part blue. And again, you can look at your drawing guide to help you. If you look at your drawing guide, you can see the different colors of how to do it. And here is a simpler version if you were wanting to draw your own. Okay, remember that you are an artist. You can do it any way you want. So I'm going to fill this part in with tempera paint. Okay, then I'm going to do the necklace in just a little bit, but I want to show you the trick on how you're going to do the around the head. Okay, so if I look at my King Tut, notice the top of the head, we do these stripes. Okay, these are more, this stripe is more vertical, okay? Then this angle here, it's kind of like an angle. That's when you start going crossways or horizontal, and then the same thing on this side. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. You're gonna use your drawing guide to help you. And remember, in art, if you make a mistake, just think of it as a happy accident. Okay, so grabbing your brush, I'm going to start with, and the color that I used was this bright blue, okay? And so at the top, we're going to go top to bottom right about here. So you're just going to start at the top, and you're just going to go all the way down, and it's a smooth drag, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do one more on the side, and then one more on the other side. So essentially, 3 lines that are vertical. Okay, now, see how this is an angle? That tells us the angle that we're going to go, so we're going to do another one that is an angle, and then another angle, if you can fit them. Okay, and then this side, see how the angle goes the other direction? We're going to do the same thing the other direction. So 1, 2. Notice that I put my paintbrush down and I drag it across. So that is the top. Okay, now the side, you're going to turn your paper sideways. And this really helped me when I did this with turning my paper sideways, because it's easier to take your brush at the top to put it down and drag it down straight. Okay, the other thing that helped me was that drawing guide. So take your drawing guide and you're going to turn your drawing guide sideways, okay, and that will help you with the direction. So if you're looking at this section of your King Tut, you're just going to go nice and slow. Watch how I do it, and I'm just going to go straight down. And notice it doesn't go to the ear. Okay, so I'm just going to go down. I'm just going nice and slow. Taking at the top, dragging it down. Now when it gets to this section here, there's a little bit of a space. So it looks like I left a little bit here. Now if you take it and drag it all the way to that line, don't worry about it, okay? So here we go. Just gonna drag it down. And I dip in my paint and I drag. Look, I have a few spots. That's okay, I'm gonna go with it. No biggie. There we go. See how I did that? So this side is here. Now watch this. When I turn it sideways, there it is. Amazing. Okay, now to do the other side, we're going to turn our paper the other direction. Take your drawing guide, flip it around. Here we go. Tuck it under, and this is going to help you. Remember that we're going straight down. Ready? Here we go. Okay, and when I turn it, there it is. Amazing. Okay, now if I want to switch colors, we're going to fill in the necklace part, And this was all of the jewelry. And I'll be showing you some examples of the jewelry in class. And when I did this one, I left kind of gold in between. You don't have to do it that way. This one was done with the teals and the blues. I wanted to do an example with some reds in there. You can also add some purples. And my son Dylan did his, and he just did his colors right next to each other. The Sharpie details are what we do at the very end. Okay, so you're just going to color in that necklace, and there's no wrong way to do it. Let's see. Well, I might pick up some red and put in some red here.